shared screen up. So, where are we here? Cool. So welcome everyone to tonight's Discover Arbonne. My name is Emma Wojtas and I am a Executive Regional Vice President and Independent Consultant with Arbonne. And I am joined tonight with my business partner, Shauna. And we are going to be telling you a bit more about this incredible brand and the business opportunity that sits behind it to give you a bit of a better idea as to whether, or I guess an informed decision as to whether this is something that you could see yourself being aligned with or not. So to kick it off, I'm going to share with you my story, and then I'm going to pass it over to Shauna, and she's going to share hers, and then we're going to jump into it and get into the nitty gritty with how the business works behind the scenes. So to kick it off, my background was in accounting. So 3 years ago, I was working as a corporate accountant for a large logistics firm here in Christchurch, which is where my husband and my dog and I currently live. And I really loved the challenge of my job. I loved the people that I got to work with. I was earning a really good 6-figure salary, and I earned 5 promotions in 8 years. So, you know, I had the fancy title with that. So if you were looking at me on a little piece of paper, it looked like I had my life sorted. But I was extremely tired and I was stressed, and I had this realization one day that I was giving away or using my IP, using my brain power, my effort to help build someone else's dream. So, which is funny because at the time I actually thought that I had a lot of freedom in that role because I could come and go as I pleased. But really what was happening is as I was doing that, I ended up making up that time and more. So, and the other thing that really became relevant to me was that someone was actually dictating how much money I could earn in a year, which was not freedom at all. And I didn't have the opportunity to just hop on a plane and go back to Canada and see my family. That's where I'm originally from. And that was really important to me. So these were things that really were coming to light that, hey, you've got the things, it looks like you've got it going on, but really these simple things you cannot do. So when I received a Facebook message from a friend who coincidentally was also an accountant, no, you do not have to be an accountant to start an Arbonne business, but she was telling me about this opportunity that had recently launched in New Zealand. And I, you know, as I guess many people do when they first hear about this opportunity, I thought that she had absolutely lost her mind. Why was someone with this decorated career looking at something like one of those things? Why was she looking at one of these things? But I also knew that she was very smart, so I was very curious. So all I did from the message that she sent me was I took Arbonne and I dropped it into Google, and what I discovered absolutely blew my mind, and it's what we're going to share with you guys tonight. What I saw was the opportunity to start a global online business, basically a franchising opportunity that I could build into 6 markets by sharing products that I was already using, and someone was going to show me how to do it. Because I worked 60 to 80 hours a week, I didn't actually have the time to take this business on, but instead of using that as the excuse to prevent me from doing it, I used it as the reason, because I did not want to spend the next 35 years of my life doing what I was doing. So I started working this business into my lunch break. And after a year, I was able to leave my corporate role and move into a part-time capacity. And a year later from that, so 2 years, just about 2.5 years, I promoted to regional vice president, which has really now seen me at earning the same money, actually more than what I was in my corporate life. I also got the keys to a brand new Mercedes-Benz, which is paid for by Arbonne. So for me, it was never about the car, but it is absolutely amazing to drive, obviously, Mercedes-Benz. But what it really represents is the number of people that I've been able to help get healthy with the products, and also the number of people that I've also been able to train and mentor to start their own online franchise. So did I ever think that I was going to be a network marketer? Absolutely not. I don't think anybody does. When we are at school, we're taught to be, or, go into a trade, be an accountant, be a lawyer, be a hairdresser. People aren't talking about being network marketers yet. But this business has absolutely changed my life, and it really transitioned me out of a career that once owned me. So it's also given me the courage to be able to step into the person that I'm meant to be. And it's helped me to get clear on what I really want and to go after it. So there are 4 reasons why the business opportunity is so lucrative. And they are because of our products and our business model and our income potential and the fact that we're a global business. I'm going to hand it over to Shauna, and she's going to tell you a bit about her story, and then we're going to get stuck straight into our products.
Okay, thank you so much, Emma. As Emma said, I'm Shauna Anderson, and I'm an executive area manager and independent consultant with Arbonne, and I'm based in Nelson. So my background is actually in corporate sales and telecommunications, and the earnings were very good in that industry, and I did it for many, many years, but it was the long hours and the high stress that I struggled with. So 60 to 70-hour work weeks were the norm. I was completely exhausted, and I had developed some serious health issues in the pressure cooker, and I didn't really feel like I was making a difference. So I always knew I wanted to help people, do something to do with health, but I had no idea what shape or what vehicle that would come in. I just knew there had to be more to what I was doing. So as some of you may have noticed, I've got a bit of a twang, and yes, I'm originally from Canada. So you don't need to be Canadian or an accountant to do Arbonne. But I absolutely love to travel with my husband. And as my parents get older, they do require my help, and I like to be able to jump over there at a moment's notice. So in corporate life, I used to have to save all of my annual leave and then beg to take it in one trip, which was usually at a time of the year that suited the company and not necessarily me. I'm sure some of you might be able to relate to that. So after going through some really serious health issues, I had to make some changes to my lifestyle, and I chose to leave corporate. And my husband and I moved from Christchurch to Nelson, and things were all going amazing. Like, imagine Nelson, sunny beaches, beautiful weather. I was living the dream until I started to job hunt. And I realized there wasn't an abundance of career opportunities in a small city. And I ended up doing a couple of part-time jobs, which was honestly just as stressful as corporate, but for a fraction of the pay. And I knew that couldn't continue either. And I could feel that despair creeping in. So 2 years ago, Arbonne actually found me. And I was offered the opportunity by my beautiful friend, Emma. And Emma's been my friend for 8 years, and it was literally a lifeline for me. So Emma had no idea what was going on behind the scenes in my life and the stress I was under. And I cannot thank her enough for reaching out. I remember the meeting as if it was yesterday. She was super, super excited to share this with me. She'd done all the research because she's an accountant and I'm a gut instinct kind of girl. And I will be completely honest, I actually had no idea what she was talking about. I thought she'd lost her mind, but I could totally feel her excitement, and that couldn't be ignored, coupled with the fact that I am probably the vainest person that I know. So I was listening all ears. So whilst income is obviously important, for me personally, it was more community I was searching for. And the professional development, the conferences, the friendships that I've built as a result of being part of this business it far outweighs anything in 2 years with Arbonne than that of my entire corporate career. So it started with one person, me, saying yes to Emma, and I've now had the ability to help so many people get healthy. I've helped a small tribe of people earn an income. I absolutely love what I do. The fact that I can change other people's lives absolutely makes my heart sing and makes me super darn proud. So because of Arbonne, I now work part-time. I can travel whenever I want. I'm helping people get healthy. And for those that want to, I'm helping them realize that there's actually another option to the corporate treadmill. And I can coach them to build their own businesses. But the biggest thing that I've gained is I have developed, like Emma, so much as a person. I am far happier, I'm far healthier, and I'm creating so much more than I ever thought I imagined was possible for me. So I have the best of all worlds at this stage. So this business has changed my life. And if I can do it at 51, I hope that this story inspires some of you on this call today. So that's a little bit about me. So we're going to click on into our presentation now. And I think I have control of the screen now, Emma. Do I not? I do not. Emma, can you switch the screen, please? Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about our products. So Arbonne is a 40-year-old, $500 million online health, wellness, and beauty company. Very long sentence. It doesn't pay for any advertising, celebrity endorsement, models, and it all started with a vision by our founder, Peter Moore, to offer Swiss-formulated beauty care products that were botanically based, ultra-premium formulas, gluten-free, vegan certified, and cruelty-free. So all of the things that are on trend now, we were since the beginning of time 40 years ago. They contain absolutely no nasties. There is a list of over 2,000 ingredients that we will not formulate with. And to put that into perspective, the FDA, which is the governing body in the USA, only prohibit the use of 11, that's right, 11 ingredients in your personal care products. And the last time they reviewed their ingredient policy was 80 years ago. So as you can see, there's a bit of a gap between US products and Arbonne world. So our brand manifesto is pure, safe, and beneficial, means that we're blending the best of science and nature to create products that deliver results. Again, vainest person in the world, so I was listening. And the part that really, that I find super exciting when you're looking at building a business is that we've got over 450 products in our range. And these are products that people are using every day. So we're not looking for people to purchase something over and above what they're currently using. Most people I know with skin and hair and a digestive system are shampooing, conditioning, moisturizing, body wash, deodorant, toothpaste, protein powders, mascaras, just to name a few. And because our products, our entire range is consumable, the second people run out, they're replacing them. That is super smart business. So as an Arbonne ambassador, I'm able to do the work once, educating people, and then I get paid for life. So that's a little bit about the products, and I'll hand over to, there you go, next slide.
So how we do the business is very, very smart. And what is social marketing or network, or it's been previously called network marketing, and all that it is a distribution method. So if we think about in the traditional retail space, a t-shirt by Nike. So Nike manufactured that t-shirt in China for 50 cents. It comes back onto the shores of New Zealand and sits with a wholesaler. It goes into a warehouse. It then goes is distributed through a sales force. It sits in the retailer. So it's going to sit in a Rebel Sport. It's going to sit in a Sterling Sports. And then they're also going to pay LeBron James to wear his Nikes when he's playing on that basketball court. And as Shauna said, Arbonne don't do that. We don't do any endorsements. But that t-shirt, because all of those little arrows that you guys are seeing now in the middle, they are all business. And like they need to make money too, right? Because no one works for free. But what happens is the consumer at the end ends up paying $100 for that t-shirt instead of the 50 cents that it cost to make in China way back when it was manufactured. So in social marketing, All that we do is we cut out the middlemen so that we can put the money back into where it matters most, which is in our research and development, and also into our incredible compensation plan, aka the hands of the people who are spreading the word of the brand. So because it's an effort-based business, it's fair. So you are paid for the work that you put in. People are paid what they're worth. You don't have a boss. And as I said before, what you put in is what you're going to get back out of it. So what I find very interesting about this is that network marketing has actually been around for ages. And it wasn't until 1979 when it became legitimized that the whole industry absolutely changed. So if we add in addition to that, the evolution of technology, this isn't the day and age of our mom and dad's network marketing companies. This is the day of it being virtual, being able to run a business from your cell phone. And now globally, the industry turns over $192 billion a year, which is actually more than the NFL and the film industry combined. So you might actually be surprised to know that in 2018, there are 118 million people in this industry across the globe, which is growing literally by the day. Another thing that's really important to highlight is that with Arbonne, we are actually a member of the Direct Selling Association, which is a privilege and an honor to be a part of that association because they are a governing body that helps to make sure that network marketing companies are integral and are doing as they should be. So we are part of that, which is absolutely sensational.
Okay, so stop, start, share. It's actually that simple. The whole concept of this business is that we stop purchasing from other companies and paying their high overheads, as Emma spoke about earlier, for an inferior product. Instead, we are buying from our own online store beautiful, pure, safe, and beneficial products that are formulated to the strictest guidelines from sustainable sources. We buy them at a discount, and we show other people how to do the same. It's actually the perfect one-stop shop for your nutrition, your skincare, body care, makeup, baby range, whatever you're looking for your household. And the icing on the cake is that we get it delivered to our door, which allows us more time to do the things that we really want to be doing rather than going to multiple physical or online stores. So being a brand ambassador is actually quite simple. If someone says, "I like your hair," thanks, I use Arbonne. Your skin looks amazing. Thanks, I use Arbonne. Your makeup looks so flawless. Thanks, it's Arbonne. What protein powder do you use? I use Arbonne. Do you get the picture? We are already doing this every day, whether it's a movie, a book, a restaurant, a garage, a hairdresser, except we're not getting paid for it. And this enables us to buy at a discount, getting paid for our recommendations, and we're empowering others to do the same. It's actually that simple. Stop, start, share.
Keep forgetting to unmute myself. So why Arbonne? Why now? And I always say, why not? Because this business is absolutely going off, and we are on a trajectory that is literally like a rocket ship that's going, I guess it's supposed to go up like that, right? So what I didn't realize before my Arbonne business was that 70% of people would actually prefer to be their own boss, but nowhere near that number actually step out and do it because it requires time, it requires money, and it also requires some level of expertise. But with Arbonne, all of these parameters are removed. You do not need to sink time into coming up with an original idea. You do not need hundreds of thousands of dollars in startup capital. And we train and support you to learn everything that you know. We're in the fastest growing industry, being in health and wellness, which is a $1 trillion industry. And we have the fastest growing business model, which is just coming of age, as I said before in the explaining the social marketing slide. So people are literally looking for everything that this company represents. So whether it's our products or the fact that you can be your own boss and be a part of an incredible community. So think now about what other opportunity that has ever been presented to you looks like this. Something that you can set the pace for yourself, that you can work around your schedule without the need to carry any inventory. We are also poised for global expansion. Last year, we were bought out by a company called Group Rashare, who are in over 100 countries. We are currently only in 6, so we are going to be able to leverage off of all of the incredible work that our parent company has already done in order for us to grow our existing 4% brand awareness. So in New Zealand, it actually only costs $75 to start an Arbonne business. So I want you to think about what you've spent $75 in the last month, because it might be a lunch, it might be some dinner, it might be shopping. That $75 invested into your Arbonne business is going to unlock a global online franchise.
Okay. So how do we actually do this? In Arbonne, there's 4 ways to earn an income. The first way is through commissions. So we get paid weekly, 15 to 35% commission on our direct sales. The second one is from something called overrides. So if you have a team or sponsor a couple of people into Arbonne and they make a sale, Arbonne will pay you a small percentage of that sale. Now, it's super, super important to note that this money is coming directly from Arbonne. Your team member is not giving up any of their commission. This is not a recruitment fee. It's a percentage of the turnover that goes through their business each month. So it's actually, think of it as Arbonne's way of saying, thank you for introducing Emma or Sarah and helping her to become help. What that noise is. I'll just continue. Can anyone else hear that noise? I assure you it's not me. I'm sitting here in a quiet room. And the third way is at the regional vice president level. Arbonne in New Zealand gives you a cash bonus of $1,300 for your white Mercedes. This is your own white Mercedes. Emma's got hers, Kara's got hers. It is not a company car that you have to give back, okay? This is your own Mercedes. It can be any model that you like as long as it's white. And just to clarify, it's white because that's a symbol of the purity of our formulas. So at the fourth way is cash bonuses. And at every level in this company, whether you're a brand new consultant or a national vice president, you have the opportunity to earn cash bonuses. And this is just a little bit of gravy on top of everything else for basically doing your job. Now, I don't remember that happening in corporate, but it is super, super nice to have. So I am not complaining. Over to you, my friend.
So this is the slide that everyone waits for, right? The show me the money slide. That was the one for me. I was like, yeah, cool. Get it. How much money can I make? So Arbonne is super simple. We have 4 levels of management and everybody starts out at the same space. So this is an equal opportunity startup in that it doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter how much or how little education you have. It is 100% effort-based. So if you're coachable and willing to follow the system for success that we've developed with our team, we show you how to move through these levels so you don't feel like you need to go back to school to start an Arbonne business, right? So the first level of management is district manager. And on average here, people are earning $352 a month. So stop and think about what that extra $352 a month could look like for you. Remembering it's an average because we're very integral about how we represent these numbers. We don't want to give you a misrepresentation, but I know a lot of people at all of these levels that are earning more than what's on these averages, but it's to give you an indicative idea. So that could be a power bill. It could be a bit of extra money that's going towards a family holiday. Remembering that this is not something that we're asking you to stop, like go quit your day job and start an Arbonne business. You are literally fitting this business into the pockets of your day. And with consistency, you are slowly building up a full-time income. So at area manager, which is our second level, you are earning an average of $1,700 a month, and your business at this point is now willable, meaning that you've created an asset and you are going to leave behind a legacy. So if something was ever to happen to me, the money that I have generated through my organization will continue to be paid to my husband because I now have an asset. So for me, when I looked at this, I was absolutely blown away that there was a company out there that actually offered this, because I don't know about you guys, but in your corporate job now, if something was to happen to you and you could no longer work, I'm pretty sure you're not going to continue to get paid your salary for years and years and years to come as a result for the work that you did back in 2006, right? So this is very clever that we can do this with Arbonne. At our third level of management, also, and just to note too, here on average at area, people are earning the equivalent of the New Zealand average income, which is currently, I think it's between $48,000 to $50,000 a year. And again, I just want to hammer home the point that this is part-time, right? This is not another full-time job for you. At region, which is our fourth level, you can see the little Ben sign here. This is kind of where the business becomes a little bit life-changing and provides more choices financially, right? I do believe that Arbonne offers so much more than a financial freedom, but at this point, people are looking to potentially leave the job that they don't like, go down to lesser hours, or start pursuing other passions because you've now got your time back. On average, it takes 27 months to get here. And we have people, like I said before, it took me about 2.5 years. We've got people across New Zealand who have done it in like 3 months, 14 months, 12 months. Because it is effort-based, it really depends on how quickly you want to make a change in your life. But that's the great thing with this, is that the more you throw at it, the more you're going to get back. The last level of management is national vice president. And what I love, there's two things I love about this. So the first thing is that you are not capped at that monthly salary of $16,000 a month. Arbonne are not going to say to you, hey, Shauna, you've reached this amount, you're done. This is an absolutely limitless income opportunity. So the more people that you are willing to help, the more you're going to get paid. So again, think about what other salaried or wage job there is that could provide, one, that type of income, and two, you being able to drive with as much or as little as you want to give it. The other thing that's really interesting about this is it takes on average 5 years to get there. So if you think about, how long it may have taken you to study, for example, if you did a BCom or something like that, you may have done a 4 or 5 year degree. You could walk out of university with a business that turns over $250,000 a year and still have the time to go and do whatever you studied. Or if you're thinking about now, if you've been in your job for the last 5 years, imagine if you started your Arbonne business 5 years ago and walked away after 5 years, again, with this turning over a minimum of $250,000 a year, this thing right now, or earning that, I should say, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, getting all tongue-tied. So this is an absolutely incredible opportunity and income potential. And I think for myself, when I looked at that, I thought, holy smokes, that's a lot of money. What would I do with that much money in a month? And now, since I've grown myself personally and I've hit that regional and I've seen other people hit national vice president, I think about who could that money help? What could it help? What kind of impact could I have on others if I was earning that much money? Because eventually it's not about you anymore, right? You've kind of ticked all the boxes of what it is that you need to do. And you can afford the luxury of making it about other people, donating it to wherever you want to put it, investing it into other things, whatever you want to do with it, right? Like literally the sky is the limit. So to close it up, I just want to reiterate to you guys that this business is so much more than product. It's community, it's personal development, and it's the opportunity to make an income while making an impact. We understand that you might have hesitations because guess what? We all had them too. But remember, you are already using these products and we will coach and mentor you to develop your own business. And along the way, you're going to develop yourself too, which is pretty cool. And that was something that I never expected when I said yes to this business. So know that if you are willing to make yourself busier for 5, 10 to 15 hours a week in the short term in order to change your life, in order to be able to lead a life that most people can only dream of, this business is for you. Because this business is about creating your future instead of settling with what society says that you can have. So if what we've shared with you tonight has got you all fired up, you've got a little bit of something going on all over the place, you're interested, then please go back to the person that brought you here online tonight and connected you to us and tell them, because you have absolutely nothing to lose by finding out some more information. So thank you so much for joining Shauna and I. We hope that this has helped, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And we hope to see you in our incredible team soon. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night.
Good night.